Hey folks, I just want to share another demo or example of the system doing something I think valuable for people. So I'm not going to get into too much detail of how the system works, like an overview or anything, but there's this change notice workflow. And basically the idea is that we receive change notice requests from purchase orders, and someone has to look at these two documents, and they're technical documents, kind of, and we have to figure out, well, what changed between this one and the other one, and what's it say in our system, and what does that mean? Um, so you can see this is what's called an attunement. So this could be triggered by some event like an email received or whatever. Or you could just take these. There's a customer code, PO number, line numbers, and we can just take, I don't know, four of them or something, and we can just manually trigger it. And I'll add a tag like testing. So it's just gonna trigger like we just got four emails or whatever. And you'll see the system is just gonna start working on these things. So the agent's gonna be invoked. It's a multi-step workflow where the agent is going to do some research and then compare them. And you can see it's just going to start working. So let's see what it's doing here. So it's looking for relevant documents. It's retrieving. It's looking for the document, the PO, in a remote file server somewhere. It found there are actually four. It's that funny thing. There's like thousands of PDFs in these folders, but so it found four change notices, I guess here, and it's gonna retrieve the PDFs, process the PDFs, and then it's gonna grab some other information as well, all according to what you've talked to the agent about, basically. So you've talked to the agent about your processes, and the agent recognizes what it is that you need to do. But here it's working through these things, and let it see what it did so far. Okay, so now it got a PDF here. And if we look back to the other ones, let's see how these ones are all working. I'll close this because we don't really need to talk to them. But they're all just sort of working on stuff. They've all got some documents. They both got PDFs here. This one's got another document. So they're just working. It probably takes, I guess, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Depends on what it's doing, but they take maybe 4 minutes to get this thing done. But we'll see what it's doing as it produces this. You can see its context windows at like 20,000 tokens. And I'm not sure if you guys are playing much around with this, but like you got to maintain these things context windows. So it's you'll see that it's eventually going to switch off to an agent who's responsible for doing the actual comparison, because there's a lot of nuance about how to compare the documents and whatever tools to use. So when this agent finishes, it's going to hand it to another agent, and I'll just let it run. Maybe I'll speed up this part of the thing. They're all just working right now. You can see there's a bunch of them here. You can look at different tags. Let's see if I have other testing ones. Yeah, I can pull this one up. So just to see where it would end up. So the agent has basically generated a canvas, and I can look at this at the workbench. So what's interesting about this is all the documents and work that it did, and you can see, for example, let's look at the change notice. See, the agent highlighted the differences between the documents. So what did it find? Okay, so it found this here. It found that the date has changed from 8/4 to 8/22. And this just saves people time. You know what I mean? So you can pull up and say, what did the agent actually say was the difference? So the agent had to say that there was, it went from change notice 4 to 5. This was the order date, delivery date, and the PO, the header text had this note on it now. And the agent actually created a full canvas here, complete with data from their ERP, live streaming in, which is saying like, here's the customer code, this is the low risk, here's the header, here's each of the lines, here's its summary, which can be copy and pasted into their ERP, here's a comparison, and here's the two documents. So yeah, it's just an example of just a workflow that agents can use in the system. I think it's kind of neat. I kind of like that the whole canvas can be deconstructed. So if I just want to, if I'm looking at this and I really want to quickly just pull up, what did the agent say was, oh, like what's the PO header? Let me look at that real quick. You can just kind of pop that up. So there's some neat little features here. Any ideas you have, love to hear it. This has been really fun to work on. And you can just like switch what you put in different, like the whole thing can be deconstructed. So you can put this over here if you want to while you look at this. Or anyway, just wanted to share that with you. It's an interesting use case. I think it's pretty neat. And yeah, let's see if those ones are done. uh, So this one's done, about to finish. This one finished. These ones are finishing. So how long did it take? Like, and it happens all at once. So even though it takes maybe 5 minutes or whatever it takes, um, you can just do them all at the same time. Like the agents don't care. Anyway, hope that's interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are. See you later.